for checking out our tour of the Norwegian Encore. Now we're going to start on deck 6 aft and work our way forward. And as a frame of reference, we sailed on the Encore in February of 2024.
Here's the mix bar, and we visited this place a few times. It's located between the Taste and Savor restaurants, and it's just a nice place to hang out while you're waiting on your tables. And over here is the Taste restaurant. It's identical in layout to the Savor restaurant, and it's just decorated a little bit differently.
Now we ate breakfast here once or twice and had dinner here on our last night. Now the food was good, but I'd say it wasn't overly memorable, right?
Yeah.
But we should point out that with the exception of one meal that we'll talk about a little later in the video, or in our vlogs too, the food on this ship was definitely superior to the food we've experienced on some other cruises that we've been on.
Now we're making our way over to the Savor restaurant, and we really enjoyed our experience here. We ate here on our first night and it was delicious. If we had anything negative to say, it would be that service could have been just a little bit faster, but the dinner itself was wonderful.
I'll also point out that the menus for Taste, Savor, and the Manhattan Dining Room that you'll see later are all the same. Consider these restaurants NCL's version of a main dining room, and they are all complimentary.
Now this ship first sailed in November of 2019. The Encore was shut down along with the rest of the cruise world during the height of the COVID pandemic, of course. So in reality, the ship only has 3 years of passenger sailing under its belt. So it really does feel kind of like it's still brand new.
Okay, so we're in 678 Ocean Place. It's kind of a bonus atrium. It's aptly named because it goes through decks 6, 7, and 8. And now we're going to come up on the teppanyaki restaurant, and we didn't have the time to eat here. It was locked when I did the video as well, but we all know how teppanyaki works, and it's always fun.
Now across the way over here, we're going to see the Social, and it's a combination comedy and nightclub. And we didn't realize that we didn't visit the Social until we saw it in our video.
And now you'll see Coco's. The place felt like a hidden gem. It's an upcharge, but we didn't see many people here, and we tried the gelato and the mousse, and they were amazing.
And as you can see, these chocolate fountains were a really nice touch.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun when we discovered them. And I have no idea why. So now we're making our way towards the Atrium. And this was such a hub of activity, day and night. There were always trivia, games, music, just fun stuff going on here all the time.
And if you were in the mood for a drink, the Atrium bar was a convenient place to grab a drink while having fun. And the service was usually pretty quick all the time.
So there were a number of services located in the Atrium. First up is the Internet Cafe. You can get some time online, print out flight boarding passes if you need to. We had internet on our phones and the speeds seemed good enough for our needs.
Over here is the restaurant reservation desk. We took advantage of this one morning just to make sure that all of our specialty dining was good to go.
And we won't really do Starbucks, but if you need a cappuccino or frappuccino, you can get one here. Now we just passed the cruise next desk. Here is the guest services desk as well, and the shore excursion desk. They're all located here in the Atrium.
Now we used guest services desk a couple of times, and the service was quick and friendly both times. We've jumped to the opposite side of the Atrium, and we just want to show you a few things on this side. Right here is the photo studio, and you can get professional portraits done here.
And now down this hallway is the Atlantic and the Pacific meeting rooms. They're right here on the left. You could use them if you're doing some kind of an event. There's a fun card room. We didn't want to interrupt anybody while we were videoing. It seemed like they were having fun playing their games.
Going through these doors, if you go back over to the left, you're going to go back into the atrium. But we are going to now take a look at the Texas Smokehouse. And this is the barbecue place on board. It has a fun laid-back vibe, and the servers were wearing cowboy hats and plaid shirts, and they had red Solo cups, but they were plastic.
Yeah, they were like permanent Solo cups or whatever. I enjoyed it. The food was good, and they had one of my favorite southern dishes, fried okra. And you can see the stage in this video right here. They had a fun country band there every night until late.
And then they have a nice bar over here and seating to enjoy the music. And we saw several people up dancing, even little kids. It was just a fun environment in there. We just moved up a flight of stairs and we're at deck 7 at the front of the ship. Now some of the larger entertainment spaces are here. You got some nice decor.
So they do bingo in the theater. And here you can see some card sales. They also do Beatles tribute when it's not in the Cavern Club, and some comedy shows, among other things like ship talks. They also did the Choir of Man in here, which was fantastic.
Hello, can you hear me? I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be.
It's even used in a staging area for ports that use tenders, and we met here to get off the ship in Great Stirrup Key.
Now we'll visit the local. This is the back entrance, I guess. They've got a small arcade here that's pretty fun.
Now we should note that we did not get any video of deck 5. That's where the full arcade is, along with the kids area. The teens and the teen club is also located there. So if you're interested in those, we do apologize.
And I'm kind of bummed that I didn't get to the real arcade.
I know.
All right, this is the more standard way that you would enter the local. It is a complimentary bar and grill that's open 24 hours, so you'll need to check in with the hostess here to get seated.
There's plenty of seating and a view to the atrium stage below, which is nice. They also serve breakfast in the morning, and they have standard bar and grill food throughout the day, and there's a special late night menu also.
And of course, no bar and grill would be complete without a bar. And now we're going to move to what is probably the main attraction on Deck 7, and that's the Encore Casino.
Yes. One thing we really appreciate about this casino is that the main area is non-smoking. And it was great to be able to enjoy a smokeless casino.
There are plenty of slots to play and table games, as well as a great view of 6, 7, 8 Ocean Place. So we're going to make our way through the casino here a little bit, but we're coming up on the smoking area. We did not get any video of the smoking area because we forgot it was there, because we didn't smell it, and there was plenty to do elsewhere. And that should be a good sign if you're someone who's sensitive to smoke. Now up here on the left, you're going to see the smoking area. It has automatic doors and what we can only assume is extremely good ventilation.
Yes. On the right over here, you can see the Skyline Bar, which has great drinks and games built right into the bar.
This part of the video was actually taken during embarkation day, and you can see a little bit of congestion at the elevators, which varied on embarkation, debarkation day, and the port days, primarily the tender port days.
Yeah. And finally up here, we're gonna end up in the Manhattan room. As we said before, this restaurant is part of the complimentary dining, and it feels very much like a traditional main dining room experience on a cruise ship.
And something we'll say is that the meal we had here was not our favorite, but we honestly think it has more to do with our meal choice than it did with the venue. Now, 3 of us actually ordered their baked ziti, and I think all 3 of us wish we had chosen another menu item. That said, it's a beautiful dining room, and we really enjoyed our experience here a lot.
So we went up another flight of stairs, and we're now on deck 8 aft, and we're going to head toward the back of the ship and check out 2 specialty restaurants that have a slightly upscale feel.
So let me take a second here to invite you to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future updates, and if you would, like this video if you're enjoying it.
So first we're gonna come up on the A-list bar here. And we enjoyed a few cocktails here as we were waiting on dinner, and we ate at both of the restaurants we're about to show you.
We really enjoyed this bar in between meals. Now the tables back here really probably serve more as overflow for the restaurant than they do for seating for bar patrons.
Now here you can see this is the Los Lobos. Dinner here was excellent, and we didn't think that either one of us, really had big expectations when we booked it, but our experience was really good, and we'd gladly go back again.
Now we'll make our way through the bar and maybe pick up a cocktail along the way. And we're going to make our way into Cagney's. This is the steakhouse on the Encore, and we loved it. We had a great time at dinner, steaks were done perfectly, and it was fun to be able to see the kitchen in action. Now here you can see the elevators on a sea day. Obviously they're not overly busy. Rarely did we have to wait too long for an elevator.
And no cruise ship is complete without onboard shopping, and the Encore had a little bit of everything. There were knickknacks, t-shirts, photo gear, of course some jewelry, alcohol, you name it.
We definitely spent our fair share of time in the shops, although I think on this cruise we managed to get out without spending very much money or any money in the shops, so I call that a win.
It is. After shopping, you'll come to Ocean Blue. Ocean Blue is a seafood restaurant, and this was not one of our specialty dinners, so we can't really tell you if the food was excellent or not, but I'm pretty sure it probably was.
And based on our experience at the other restaurants, I'd have to give this one a thumbs up, even though we didn't eat there, so it looks pretty. A little more shopping in case you missed it.
And here is the Sugarcane Mojito Bar. And it's a great place to sit and enjoy some tropical cocktails. And they have some Latin music and dancing here in the evenings and informational talks during the day on different items.
So I should say that we are making our way to one of my favorite venues on the ship. I'm very excited about this. And it is Malting's Whiskey Bar. This is a cool place to have a pre or post dinner drink. And on our ship, we had a bartender named Helio, and he was fantastic.
Mustache.
Now there's also a cigar lounge for those of you who want to enjoy a whiskey and a cigar. Now across the way here is the Cellars. It's a wine bar, and they have wonderful wine tastings and pairings that you can sign up for if you want. But just be aware that these are not included in your drink or beverage packages.
But it was very popular. Over here we have the Cavern Club, and it's a fun venue modeled after the original Cavern Club in Liverpool, where the Beatles first burst out onto the scene. And they actually had a great Beatles tribute band that performs in here, and you can also come here to enjoy some karaoke and other fun events.
So Onda by Scarpetta is the Italian restaurant. It's been created in partnership with the Scarpetta restaurant brand and features modern Italian dishes in a fine dining atmosphere. So this was not one of the restaurants that we ate at. We would have liked to, but there's only so many nights in a cruise.
Food Republic is a quirky, fun restaurant that we meant to enjoy and somehow missed. It lets you taste foods from all kinds of different places, like sushi from Japan, pasta from Italy, tacos from Mexico, and other foods too.
Now they've got fun seating, tablets where you can place your order, you can watch some of your food prepared, and you can get a great view as you eat your meal. Now, one thing to remember is that Food Republic is not a part of the specialty dining plans. Everything here is a la carte, but it's a fun way to experience some different foods.
Here we are coming up on the District Brew House. So along this wall and around the corner you can see the kegs kept cold, and they have dozens and dozens of beers along with a few nice beer cocktails and drinks, and there's plenty of seating. They also play live music in here at night.
And as we discovered, they have Behringer White Zinfandel.
They also had beer pong games that you could play, which were
Little
fun.
tabletop beer pong with shot glasses. It was a cool little place. So now let's take a stroll on the waterfront. We're going to speed up a little bit here, and while we do, we just want to add that if you're looking to book a cruise on the Encore or any other ship, we'd love to help you. Check us out at sandysuntravel.com, call us at 815-604-8496, or contact us by email, and we'll put our links in the description below. We've got great deals, and often we can find you extra perks to make your cruise that much more special.
Now here's a little peek right here at the Sugarcane Mojito Bar outdoor. It's the outdoor area, and now we're back to speed walking.
Now we're coming up on some little, telescopes or viewfinders. So if you see something out in the ocean, you can get a good look at it. And this ship, we've been told, was originally designed for Alaskan itineraries. And so those little binoculars can help you see some of the cool sights, both in the Caribbean and obviously in Alaska where they were set up. Now here you can see some people enjoying the outdoors. Our weather was a little bit on the cool side, so when this nice weather showed up, everybody wanted to catch it. And as you can see, some of this outdoor seating is for restaurants, some of it's just for fun, I guess, I don't know. But some of the best views on the ship right here. And now we're coming up on what is mine and Melissa's favorite view on any ship.
Yes, the aft view.
We love getting balconies on the back of the ship. We love enjoying this cathartic view. It was a very nice day when I took this video. Here's a really cool little feature.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
So we're going to take a walk on deck 15, and here we're starting at maybe the middle of the ship and moving forward through the observation lounge.
They had this cool model of the ship.
Felt like it should be made out of Legos.
I know, I kept thinking, wow. However it was made, it took a long time.
Maybe not as long as the ship itself. But... And so as we're going through the observation lounge, we're only going to do one side of it. But again, we feel this ship was made for the Alaskan itineraries. So these big windows in this huge observation lounge was set up so you could enjoy the sights with the inclement weather. Now they had like little mini buffets.
Tons of seating, tons of seating. There were sometimes people playing cards in there.
Yeah, we kind of feel like this was a little bit of an underutilized area of the ship.
But very relaxing nonetheless.
Here is a nice bar in the observation lounge. There was also some more food in this area. Typically it was like finger foods and like
Yeah.
And in the evenings, they would have a piano player up here playing typically like easy listening type music. And one area we did not get video of, which is one deck up from where we're at, is the haven areas. We didn't have a haven cabin, and so we didn't have access.
Here we are in the Garden Cafe. This is where the buffet was. You could get breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks throughout the day. They really had all different kinds of food too in this area.
They had an Indian food station. They usually had a taco bar. They had a pizza station. And they even had self-service wine dispensers and a full-service bar.
And at breakfast time, they had the omelet station and then self-serve everything else.
They had ice cream.
And desserts.
Here's those wine dispensers. And the bar is on the opposite side over there. Don't forget to washy. So we're going to head out to the pool deck here. They had a few seating spots out here as well as a drink dispenser.
And here on your left is the surf bar. You can get yourself a refreshing drink and try and find a spot by the pool.
And again, this was one of the first really nice days on our cruise, and the pool area was packed.
Definitely.
I think you had to shoehorn your way in. So a lot of times you hear people complain about chair hogs, but as you can see, there were so many people here, the chair hogs didn't have a chance.
You couldn't even see the pool, there was so many people.
And so here we're coming up on the kids Aqua Park. There weren't a lot of kids on our cruise, so that may not have been the busiest area on board, but there were a few.
Yeah.
As you can see, almost every square inch of sunbed space was taken up.
Yeah, we actually had to go to deck 8, was it? And go find a chair from a seating area and
For sure.
sit back by the aft end of the boat and enjoy the sun.
And now we're coming up on the Pulse Fitness Center. I'll get a little peek inside there, but we were so busy on this cruise that I think we got our cardio in walking around the ship. It's a fairly large fitness center, so if you feel the need to get a workout in, I think you'd be able to. And we'll finish out this deck a little bit with, on the right hand side is the Pulse Fitness Center, and on the left is the Mandara Spa, which we did not use.
Walking in here is the Galaxy Pavilion. This was really cool space, fun lighting. And they had all the virtual reality games.
And this was on deck 17 at the back of the ship.
Now this you obviously have to pay for.
You can get packages for like an hour or a day or the entirety of the cruise, depending on what your needs and wants are.
Here we're walking into Le Bistro, the French restaurant, and this was excellent.
This was one of my favorite meals, maybe
I think
ever.
it was my favorite. Definitely on the cruise, it was my favorite.
Yeah, I had coq au vin, and I think you had a pork chop of some sort. I'm sure it had a fancier name, but
Yeah.
it was amazing. And they also had a little bar in here if you wanted it. And so now we're stepping back out onto kind of the pool deck area.
But here you can see we got the American Diner, which is basically just American diner food, like hamburgers and fries.
Yeah. This used to be an added fee restaurant, and it is not anymore. It is complimentary, so yay for us. And now we're going to work our way back out to some of the sun deck area.
You can see the lines for the walking path there.
And as you go up these stairs, you would enter the Vibe Beach Club, which again, we didn't pay the upcharge. It would have cost us $500 or $600 for our cruise. And we had a balcony, so we just enjoyed that.
And thank goodness we didn't, because it rained for quite a few days.
Now below us here, this section sticking out from the railing, that is the Waves Bar. Everybody was having a great time on board. It was just, the pool deck was very crowded, which probably makes the Vibe Beach Club seem like a pretty good deal in retrospect. So we're going to move forward into the Encore Speedway, or at least the Encore Speedway area. So you have some pretty cool views, and as you can see, it's a 2-story track that's kind of cantilevered out over the ocean. And this is on deck 18 and 19. Kind of cool. They're electric cars, so
You could hear them zooming around all the time.
they're still good for the environment. And as with a few other things, this was one of those things that I really wanted to do on this cruise, and somehow we were busy doing other things and I never had the chance to do this. So I guess we're just going to have to take another cruise. They were just gearing up to do some racing when I walked through. They go much faster than this, but the crew member was testing out the track.
Now we're heading towards the back of the ship where they have laser tag.
It was kind of an Atlantis sea serpent themed laser tag area. But I do have to say that it doesn't seem like it was used that much for laser tag, because they had lounge chairs everywhere to put some more sun deck. I'd like to see them actually make this into just another sun deck area, because I think they need it on board this ship. But aside from that, we love this ship and we hope that you will too. So thanks for watching our video, and we hope it helped you out.